I want to talk today about this new Metallica album. I want to provide a wee bit of context before I get into this, right? I have been a huge Metallica fan my entire life. I used to love them as a kid. I grew up on all of their music. I basically learned how to play guitar through them. My dad taught me the basics, and then I went on to learn from them and learn by ear, like how to play riffs and stuff like that. For proof, we have Young Fry right here wearing one of his favorite shirts. I believe that was a pus head design. This is Tiny Fry. I think I was about 13 in this photo. Now I see where you grew the beard. Exactly, my friend. Hide this bullshit, because it's an atrocity. This is me in an And Justice shirt, playing one of my first gigs. That's me in a Kill 'Em All shirt, playing another gig, and that is me in another fucking And Justice shirt, right? Yes, I had all the shirts. I had 2 CDs. I'm pretty sure I had another couple. I have vinyls of Metallica. So look, I'm the biggest. I was the biggest fan. I even liked Death Magnetic where no one did, right? 72 Seasons by Metallica is by far one of the most horrendous efforts I have seen from these guys. I thought Hardwired to Self-Destruct was bad at the time. I now think it's actually pretty decent. So, me and my good friend, you guys know him as Big Strange, we stepped into a cinema to watch the release of this album. We knew it was going to be bad, but we didn't know just how bad it would be. So we got tickets, sat ourselves right in the back corner, and when it started, it had clips of the band giving their perspectives on the songs, right? And it was some of the most delusional shit I've ever heard. They spoke to their influences when writing the songs and all that kind of thing, as you do when you're releasing an album. You state, this is our influence, this is what we wanted it to sound like, this is where we wanted to go with this. And all of it felt so tone deaf. Every second line was just some bullshit musical buzzword that didn't fit the dynamics of the song or the artists themselves. Let's say, for example, there was one song, Sleepwalking My Life Away, right? Rob Trujillo, he stated that that song creates the vibe of surfing, like that kind of thing. For him, it's a surfing song. If I was surfing to that song, I would let the wave take me. That shit sounds like Until It Sleeps, but bad. There's another song like halfway down the track listing saying that like we took influence from Thin Lizzy. There's a real Thin Lizzy section in it. I'm like, oh, yo, this is sick. Thin Lizzy, let's go. They've been heavily influenced by them before. They've done a fucking cover of their music before. There was 2 bars of a unison solo, and it was done. So, just sitting through this wild ride of just nonsense, right? The band talking shit at the start of every song, leading into what sounds like the same song 12 times. And people are stating, like, this is their most melodic album ever. This is their greatest work to date. I don't see it. Like, this is the big thing. Everyone collectively is saying this. Except for 3 people I know. Myself, my friend Strange, and Hazza. Those are the 3 people that I can relate to at the moment. Because they're the only ones that think that this is as garbage as it is. Okay. To give you an example, right? Well, there's a song on this. They straight up said, this is the first Metallica song to go over 11 minutes. Oh, sorry, over 10 minutes. This is the first Metallica song ever. They have 5 one of which is a cover and a medley, so I can see the argument there. But the other four, so Merciful Fate, which is the cover and medley, Cheat on Me, Dragon, and Junior Dad off of Lulu. Those 3 songs go over 10 minutes. Now, there could be an argument saying that those are Lou Reed songs, but they're not. They are Metallica and Lou Reed doing a project together. They slapped their name on it. So this bassist, Rob Trujillo, he joined around this era, the Saint Anger era. He stated that the biggest statement as a bassist he's ever made to this band happened on the song Enamorada, which, 1, is the Lie song. 2, sounds like this. I want to give you another example, right? Let's go back to the Black Album. Where our friend Jason Newsted was the bassist. This is a staple moment as a bassist. Listen to that bass tone. It's prominent. It's a beautiful melody. It comes in with a really fucking tense line. It gives you build up. It's crazy, right? That's the thing. Of course, if you get into that whole thing, right, you get into comparing them to their old work. And I can't really, in good faith, compare them to their old work because they're fucking how old now? They're all nearing 60. And none of them can do what they could do in the past, and that's okay. Just retire, right? Just retire with a fucking great, reputation. Of course, you squandered it a couple of times. Everyone thinks that Saint Anger was ass. Everyone thinks that Lulu was ass. People think that fucking Death Magnetic was ass. But at least, if you went out on that note, people would respect you a little more. Well, I would respect you a little more. I suppose the opinion of one person and the voices of the many don't really matter. But look at it this way. That entire album of 72 seasons sounds exactly identical. Every song goes exactly identical to the last. Horrible production. Lars on the intro. I don't get why they keep doing this. They keep doing this intro where they're just like da 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 da. Fucking Lars starts with the snare every time, and it is the most grating thing I have ever heard in my life. And if I have to sit through another fucking one of those, I'm going to flip out. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't see what everyone else is seeing, and it scares me. Production is absolute trash. The songs are all written very similarly to the point where there's no dynamic flow to it. And they talked about structuring of the songs and the track listing and how it's set out. It's so meticulous. It's like you could replace any of those songs in any order. It wouldn't matter. Each and every one of those songs flow into each other just the same because they are the same songs. I am genuinely convinced that these guys are delusional. That they are talking about a completely different album than what we listen to. There's no way, there's no universe that this album is quite considered their biggest and best album to date. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that in my eyes. And all I can say is I felt genuine embarrassment listening to that music and saying that I'm a Metallica fan. I literally turned to my friend and said, I'm a rap fan now. That's it. I don't want to start off by saying, hey, I'm into metal. I'm a rap fan now. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I can't indulge this shit. And the thing is, if we continue to settle for mediocre like this, we're just gonna keep getting mediocre. And if we keep just sucking the dicks of them because they're old bastards, then we're just gonna get shit. It's like, well, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Like, you guys are fucking 60 years old and you're still writing music. Respect for that. But if you're gonna really call it the fucking best shit you've ever released, back that shit up. This doesn't step to any of your other albums. I enjoyed Lulu more than this shit. Actually, matter of fact, I had a tier list come up earlier. This is my ranking of their albums, right? This one is inflated by the fact that I love it so much. This arguably is probably just a shit tier list, but this is my tier list nonetheless. Our solos. Kirk Hammett used to be one of the greatest solo writers, and he just lost it. He doesn't write solos anymore. He plays one solo. He starts with the opening riff, but played on the G string, plays a little bit of a fast trill, then goes into some slight melodic stuff that is probably in the pentatonic scale. He had some shining moments. He did the spider chord from Dave Mustaine, which, you know, that's pretty cool. End of the day, if you're going to put out music like this, just call it what it is. You did it for money. Don't say you love this shit. You did it for the money. You know you did. And that's disappointing. You could see it in their faces as well in the cinematic. They just didn't care about these songs at all. They're just coming out because it means they get to go on tour again. It means that they've got a bunch of fucking songs that, like, of course, diehard fans are going, yeah, I'm fucking super fan of this, mate. This is the best fucking thing we've ever really. Nah, get fucked. Is all I have to say. This is a easy avoid on my scale. 110%. When you are the richest metal band in the world and you can't afford decent production, that just tells me you lazy. That's all you are. You are lazy. You are boring. You are old. Retire, please. Whilst I have a shred of respect for you, out there are fans like me that think that this is as abhorrent as I think it is. Because this is horrible. It's easily their worst album. 110%. Not because like it's outright bad. It's not like they played wrong notes where there should have been right notes. It's because it's boring. Because it's uninspired. Because it's worthless in their timeline. It's a set of songs. It may as well be a mixtape. It's just a set of songs that happen to be there. That's it. Now, I hope that you enjoyed the review. If I'm pretty much, I think that I'm going to do this a little more often. I'm going to start actually fucking reviewing music and giving my opinions. If you have a different take on this album, go ahead. I probably will disagree because I can't listen to this more than 5 minutes without cringing. Or really listen to this and say the newer bands are shit. That's what I'm saying, bro. There are incredible bands out there that you need to give your time to, and not this garbage. But if I'm going to be doing album reviews a little down, again, hit me up. Tell me if there's a album you want me to review or look into, or if you know that I've listened to an album, you want to hear me give my take on it. Go for it. I mean, to be fair, they are just opinions at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. Your fragile little ego's gonna stay in place. You can go listen to your fucking shitty Metallica album. You can be okay with it. That's perfectly fine. I don't care. You're listening to shit music while I'm listening to good music. I don't fucking care. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. That's the beautiful thing.